All right, tariffs, native-born jobs, and crippling Putin. That's the subject of the riff, kind of a potpourri tonight. You know something's working when the front of the Wall Street Journal reads, and I'll quote, "The tariff effect, billions in revenue, but no economic earthquake." So there's no tariff recession, no tariff inflation, and no tariff retaliation war. Meanwhile, imports from China have fallen off a cliff below 2002 levels. And meanwhile, the U.S. trade deficit, a 2-year low. Just saying. And in other news, a great piece by the brilliant Larry Lindsay called Border Enforcement and the Labor Force. Listen to this. Since January, foreign-born employment has fallen by 1 million. Native-born workers have skyrocketed 2.5 million. The border is closed, thankfully. It's a major success story by President Trump. But it has not crippled the labor market, as so many Wall Streeters said. And while this is happening, Hispanic employment continues to rise under Mr. Trump, but that's because a majority of Hispanics in America are native-born. And I will add, Mr. Trump did especially well with this demographic in the last election, didn't he? And as for the Russian story, we'll get an update from Secretary of State Marco Rubio in just a little while. As always, there are pluses and minuses in that story, but President Trump has already slapped a 25% tariff on India because they keep buying oil from Russia, despite the fact that Trump has asked them not to any number of times. I certainly hope India is not going to become some kind of rogue nation, but now they're facing a 50% tariff, 25% baseline, 25% Russian punishment. And despite occasional positive rhetoric from Prime Minister Modi, no real trade and tariff progress was ever made with India. But more on Russia. Even if secondary sanctions are slapped on countries like China and India or whoever keeps doing business with Russia or buying their oil, that still leaves the issue of Russia's fleet of covert tankers that have gotten around any number of sanctions and tariffs down through the years. The question now is, what does Mr. Trump want to do about their covert tanker fleet? If you cut off Russian oil sales, well, the whole country is going to implode, and they'll never have the financial means to keep fighting Ukraine or anybody else. Why not maximum sanctions on all their businesses? And then remember this, the U.S. and the EU have half of all the Russian central bank reserves. It's about $300 billion. Now, America only controls $5 billion. The rest is in the EU. The reserves are dollars and other currencies and gold and bonds. You want to really cripple Putin? Confiscate Russia's financial crown jewels. You could even send them directly to Ukraine. Just saying. That's the riff. I'm done.